Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well. What's going on, Denali Smith? Nuke the Duke. Oh, okay. What's going on, Nuke the Duke? Mr. Roberts, Cornelius Burnett. Wait for y'all to come on in the building. This is disgusting diabolical behavior, man. We got the look at the legislation that Turkey al-Sheikh wants to pass. That came out yesterday. He wants to gut the Ali Act, but not truly gut it. What's going on, Cardenas? How you feeling, man? Salute to you, brother. Hey, hit the like button on your way in if you wouldn't mind, man. Help me with my algorithm, man. Tech Trapper, what's going on, sir? How you feeling, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? Wait for you guys to come on in the door. We got 53 people so far, 55 people. Please wipe your feet on the like button as you walk in the door. Nuke the Duke said, what up, though? I'm chilling, man. Chilling, except for I'm really disturbed about how dumb people are, man. You guys, they're about to railroad fighters out of all of their money, man. And you guys are cheering this shit along. Undercard boxing, what's going on, man? Salute, breaking news. Usyk's ducking Haney. Is he? Oh, you know that. Everybody's ducking Haney. Nobody wants to fight Haney. Everybody, Jaron, I listened to that shit that Brian Norman Sr. said. I can't have stomach that shit. I don't understand how y'all can listen to that shit. No disrespect to you, Brian Norman Sr., if you're listening, but bro, I can't listen to that shit, dog. I was listening to Mill City. I listened to Mill City's interview for about 30 seconds, bro. And he started talking about Boots like Boots don't believe in himself. Before he was talking about he wanted this guy, he wanted that guy, but now he don't talk. Bro, Boots ain't tripping on your son, bro. Boots is not tripping on Brian Norman Jr. He ain't tripping on Mario Barrios, man. He's not tripping over Rolly Romero. That weight division, man, God dog, he hated hard. I was like, God dang, man. You got to back that up a little something. Slow down a little bit. Hey, man, Troy Hutch in the building. Thank you for the support, man. Hey, man, I need it today. I would love to be able to take a day off, but I'm not going to be able to. I've been taking so many days off that my money is funny. My YouTube money is funny. And as you know, YouTube drives my life. It makes me happy every morning. Tony Brown, what's going on, man? Undercard boxing, what's good? Boots will see y'all at one. Exactly, bro. And then when it's time to fight, they ain't gonna want to have it. When you do a deal with the devil, there's a price to pay. Man, they're trying to get slick and get rid of the Ali Act. Basically allow Dana White to have a UFC league, a boxing league. They want to have a boxing organized league, and they want it to be able to be clarified that you can do this under the Muhammad Ali Act, which will essentially gut the whole act. Because if you have a league in a league, there's no need for a manager. Shout out to who? Shout out Sean Vitale. I didn't get it from Sean Vitale. I read that shit from Mike Coppinger. Hey, we here for Super Chat Thursday. Hey, man, thank you, brother. Man, Super Chat Thursday ain't been with Super Chat Thursday. Hey, it's dry out here in this boxing sport. I appreciate y'all coming by and check me out on Thursdays. Thank you, Jay Henderson. Appreciate you, brother. 147 fighters is easy work for Boots. That's why he moved up. He's been in the same weight class for a bunch of years. You can't have it both ways. You know, like if he moves up, he's ducking. But Devin had to move up and he wasn't ducking. Devin moved up and refused to fight Shakur Stevenson. But that's not a duck. But Jaron Ennis moving up in weight after he's been there. Dude, he got his unification. He became a unified champion at 147. They've been talking about him moving up for several years, man. The dude finally moves up, but now all of a sudden, he's scared of all y'all. Man, he's going to a much deeper division at 154 than 147. There are way more killers at 154 than there are at 147. It's like almost everybody at 154 is a killer. I mean, God dog, you got people all the way down to Abel Ramos that'll put a hurting on you at that particular deal. He broke down there trying to use Bud versus Canelo to pass the bill. He doesn't understand. Sean Vitale doesn't understand. I listened to what he said, but it doesn't understand. He didn't understand. I don't think he understood. Personally, I don't think he understands. They're not going to use Bud and Canelo to pass a bill. How? I don't think he understands. First of all, Canelo and Terrence Crawford are not going to be fighting in their boxing league. They're asking for a boxing league and to allow a boxing league to operate alongside of boxing. So that league, only thing that's going to happen with that league is they're going to have some boo-boo ass fighters that sign up early in their career, but then they're going to have a hard time getting out of their contracts. See, the advantage, hey man, thank you, Undercard Boxing. Says showing support and love. Salute to the boxing family. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Means a lot, man. And Tim Carey in the building. Hold on one second. Tim Carey in the building said, morning, Fanon. Good morning, sir. The Cardina said the doctor advised Boots to move up. Why is that bad? Because it's not bad, but it gives Devin Haney an opportunity to tell a bold-faced lie. So you know Devin is never going to miss an opportunity to tell a bold-faced lie to a camera. Like, Devin starts looking around for the camera so he can lie to the camera. Man, Devin, Jaron Ennis will wipe the floor with Devin Haney. The idea that he could be ducking Devin Haney is a joke, bro. And the fact that Devin Haney would say it makes Devin Haney a joke. And that shit that Brian Norman Sr. is saying, dog, you're sounding like a joke, bro. Dude, Jaron Ennis can fight, man. There's nothing you've seen of Jaron Ennis in that ring that tells you Jaron Ennis is worried about fighting somebody in that ring. Man, Brian Norman Jr. put on a magnificent performance against Jin Sasaki, but dude, you've not fought anybody either. Like, Brian, to say you still haven't fought those big names, you know what happened with those names. Terrence Crawford wasn't trying to fight him. We don't know what's going on with Errol. You don't know. Terrence would not fight him. Now he gets a unification fight against Stanionis. He beats Stanionis, who is a reigning champion. He unifies the belts. He wants to move up, so he doesn't have to drain himself down all that weight again. That's the same thing everybody else gets to do. And in fact, if somebody doesn't move up, people start criticizing them for not moving up. So, I mean, pick your poison. Which is it? Should a guy stay at the weight class forever, or should he be able to move up and get belts in other weight classes? I guess when it's Devin gets to stay at a weight class if he feels like it. He gets to move up. No matter what Devin does, is the narrative is that he's chasing greatness, man. No matter what kind of bullshit he does, no matter what bullshit he says. You guys are amazing to me, man. And seriously, I'm starting to listen to you dudes. This shit is ridiculous, man. I don't know how anybody could think Boots Ennis would duck Devin Haney. It's ridiculous. There's no reason in the world for anybody that saw those two fighters think that Jaron Ennis is scared of Devin Haney. Who would be scared of Devin Haney? He ran, first of all, the last fight, he ran around the ring with it like a chicken with his head cut off, never sat down on a punch, never engaged at all. In the fight before that, he got his ass whooped. So why are people supposed to be scared of this guy? And Brian Norman, the thing, to listen to Brian Norman Sr. talk about the people that Jaron hasn't fought, your son has not fought anybody either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your son has not fought anybody either. You're criticizing him for not doing something that your son hasn't done. Sam, I mean, for real. Mill City bias. I don't know about anybody being biased. Boots is something. Boots different. Something is definitely special about him for sure. He's the future of boxing. Just watch. I think he is the best. I think he may very well be the best young boxer. I think he very well may be that guy. But that's why they got to have that. That's why they got. Hey, what's up, Deborah Booker? And shout out to Barbara D. I haven't seen Barbara D in the last couple of days. Shout out to Barbara D. I don't know if I said hello to Barbara D. And his brother hosting on Boots, you the real one. Look, man, I know that Boots is a terrific fighter, and I know these guys tear fighters down. That's their job. They say that, oh, I'm lifting up my brother by. I honestly, I don't even know what dude says. I don't watch dude, so I wouldn't know. Fanon Senior tried to pull a hustle, saying his son at 24 has a belt. Boots is 28. He didn't mention when Boots was 24, Spence, Bud, Ugas, Pack all had the belts. Let me tell you, though, about what you shouldn't do with your son. You shouldn't say shit like that. Because your son can be a champion at 24 and get his ass whooped and be out of there at 26. I wouldn't guarantee your son is not guaranteed to have a championship while he's 28. Really. No, I think they're just trying to give everybody headaches. And there's too many interviews being done. There's an interview. They give interviews every day. Oh, said Mill City just doesn't ride Devin's meat like these Devin fanboy channels. Nah. He say, tell him to go on vacation. He'll make a video about Devin clipping his toenails. Man, look, oh man, hey. Sounds like a good topic, man. I don't see how anybody gets views on Devin Haney. Every time I do a Devin Haney video, that shit flops like a dead fish, bro. Every single solitary time I do it. I can't move no weight. I can't move no weight on Devin Haney's name, bro. That's why I think these guys don't really have fans. Devin Haney does not really have a fan base. All Devin Haney has is an echo chamber. I don't think he has a fan base. I hope Brian Norman Jr. has a fan base and grows a fan base. You know what I mean? I hope Boots grows his fan base. But he's not going to do it sitting over there with Eddie Hearn, who's not looking to make him a star. I guess Haney's asked for 8 weeks VADA testing, and Norman agreed to 6 weeks of training. They want all the week. I guess the Haney's asked for 8 weeks of VADA testing. I think they wanted 12 weeks of VADA testing. The Normans agreed to 16 weeks of training. They want all the smoke. Look, man, Boots need to go back to the PBC, man, where people got sense, man. No joke. They need to go back to PBC while people got sense. And you need to make sure you tell your sons and daughters when they turn pro, do not go pro with TKO. Do not go pro with TKO. They're about to try to snatch a whole lot of prospects with mid-level paychecks at the beginning of their career, so that they get that money, and then they don't realize, dog, you're never gonna get out. You're never gonna earn your potential fucking around with TKO. And then guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna have a bunch of TKO fighters calling out everybody that's not a TKO fighter, claiming that they're ducking them. And why don't you sign with TKO? Why don't you sign with TKO? Why don't you sign with TKO? Why does Boot need 2 to 3 tune-ups at 154? He was a champion. He could have just fought Backroom. Because that's what you do when you move up in weight class. You adjust to the weight. That's what happens when you adjust. That's what you're supposed to do. Because let me explain to this big time, Ray big time. Let me explain this to you. Because 147 is less than 154. So he's used to fighting at 147. Things are different at 154. So you're supposed to get your weight acclimated. You're supposed to get acclimated to the weight. That's why. So before he jumps in there with Bakram Murtazaliev, who, by the way, is a killer, he says, let me get my body used to fighting at 154. That's what you're supposed to do. Do you have any other questions? That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just jump in there. You're supposed to. And by the way, he's not a champion. So if he doesn't want to fight for Bakram Murtazaliev, the very first fight, that's his prerogative. If he wants to get adjusted to the weight class. My question for you is, why do you have a problem? Why do you have a problem with him getting acclimated to a weight class? Why we want him to move to heavyweight? Hey, Jaron, go fight Usyk. First time out, just going up there and do it. And I hope he does fight Erickson Lubin. Man, he ain't got a rush for y'all. Devin took a tune-up against Ramirez at 144. Look, man, Devin took a bunch of tune-ups, man. Devin had George Kambosos he had 2 tune-ups with George Kambosos. He had a tune-up with Yuriokis Gamboa. Who else did he have? Some other bum ass. I can't even remember who the hell he fought at that weight class. Exactly. Look, man, I'm not trying to hear all this hating on Jaron shit. Not trying to hear all this hating on Jaron shit. Devin got his ass. He did get his ass tuned up. I want to know why y'all got problems with people doing regular things, man. Oh, yeah, Jojo Diaz. I forgot. Yeah, he had a tune-up against Jojo Diaz. He had a tune-up against Yuriokis Gamboa. 2 tune-ups against 2 tune-ups against George Kambosos. He had a tune-up against Regis Prograis. He had a tune fought like a chicken against a guy he could have stopped, bro. He could have stopped. He should have been able to stop Regis Prograis. But, you know, Regis Prograis is too small. Regis Prograis. Matter of fact, Devin Haney had tune-ups the entire time he was at 135 because he should have been at 147 the whole time. What's up, David Disdain? Boots ain't ducking nobody. We know that. We know it. We know it. But let me put a link in the chat in case somebody want to argue that I hope Norman whoop his ass, man. Look, I'm team Brian Norman for this fight. I am definitely team Brian Norman. But I got to tell you, man, what's up, Johnny Little? Shout out to Milwaukee in the building. He said Regis was number 1 at 140, and that's why he fought him. He said Brian Norman is the best at 147, and that's why he's fighting him. Is he? I don't know. I do hate that Jaron couldn't stay at 147, though. But, you know, he's going to get accused of it. I want to know when my guy Gervonta is coming back. I want to know when Errol's coming back. I need to get my PBC going again, man. I really do, man. Teal was number 1. Oh, no, he said Brian. No, he did call Brian. He said Brian Norman. I heard him say it. He said Brian Norman is the best in the division. And so when I beat him, that makes me the best in the division. I listened to Devin. I heard Devin Haney say that, man. Devin can't beat Karen Kukadajian. You would never fight Karen Kukadajian. Devin Haney would never get into the ring with Karen Kukadajian. You do not have to worry about that. He won't even be asked to fight Karen Kukadajian. Jaron had to fight that guy, man. And by the way, he was a very good fighter. Very, very underrated fighter, man. Extremely underrated fighter, man. Extremely underrated fighter. But anyway, Jaron Ennis is going to be one of the best fighters in the world. He's not on a pound for pound, anybody's top 10. You know what the good thing, though? I haven't seen any stupid ESPN pound for pound lists. Tank needs to stop acting like what? Yeah. Kamal said Regis definitely wasn't the best. He lost to the Puerto Rican dude the fight before. Too early to tell on Norman being the best at 147. Yeah, I agree with that. It's too early to tell. I don't know who the best at 147 is. Shit, it might be Mario Barrios. He got a draw with Pac-Man. Maybe Rolly Romero. Man, that's sad. This Saturday will be ESPN's last show of the year. That's ESPN's last show of the year. That means that's Top Rank's last card. Now you guys got to go kiss. Now you got to go kiss Turkey's ass, all of you. Man, Pac-Man, yeah, Pac-Man got robbed. Yeah, Sam Grandison, I thought he got robbed. I mean, you know, I thought Pacquiao won that fight. I thought Pac-Man won the fight. But that's too much to allow him to have that fight. That would have made all these guys look like such bums if they would not have if they would have given them that man that fight. It would have made this entire generation of fighters look like trash. All this new generation boxers are all about social media and ducking gossip. And ducking gossips. They're only trying to keep their records intact. Marcus Logico. Shout out. You don't think? I thought, man, look. Okay, robbery may be a strong word for him. Oh, he said, and they are trash. Yeah, these guys are trash. I can, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Look, these fighters are trash. Trash. Gary, you know who really made him, Fahim, look like these young fighters look like trash? Gary Russell Jr. made these guys look like trash, man. Made them look like trash with that performance, bro. Look like trash. They made him look, he made them fighters look like trash. Teofimo Lopez, you need to watch that fight with Gary Russell Jr. against Castaneda. You gotta watch that fight, man. You gotta put on a performance like that. Gary made them dudes look terrible because that was a good fighter, man. That is an excellent fighter and an exciting fight. Not this pity pat bullshit that you guys are doing. You guys are playing patty cake, baker's man out there. You know what I mean? Sam said facts. Gary Russell Jr. shows so many levels. Yeah, he did. Gary almost 40 at his boxing. His boxing was amazing last fight. Yeah, that's who's really made. That's a guy that made you guys look bad. Made you guys look absolutely terrible out there. With one hand. No, yes, sir, Sonny boy. He had two hands this time, but he made the time before when he beat Mark Magsayo with one hand. That's the level of fighter that you guys need to get to. Devin Haney is not that level of fighter, bro. He said, I watched it, Gary. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was nice, man. It was an incredible fight, bro. That is what makes fights so fun to watch. Like, it was a dominating performance. He showed so many different things he could do in the ring. He carried the dude for long periods of time, and he was fighting a dude that was a lot bigger than him. A lot bigger. Just, man, is a beautiful fight. And then to stop him with that body shot, man, I'm still over the top, man, about that. They use Floyd Mayweather as an excuse to keep dashing off. Well, their fights suck. Shakur Stevenson's fights are not fun to watch because Shakur doesn't sit down enough on his punches. The WBO ordered Parker versus Usyk. Will it happen? Probably not. Because they don't want Parker and Usyk. Because if Parker beats Usyk, it really ruins everything. It's just a terrible, terrible situation if Usyk loses to Parker. Crawford and Ennis is a super fight, not Canelo and Crawford. I agree. Who could have been busier? Hunter Young. Hunter Young, you damn right. He can be a problem for any 147-pounder. Who is that? Oh, Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Ah! Man, I forgot about Speedy Rashidi, dog. Thank you for that super chat, Deborah Booker. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much for that support. And thank you, Kamal. Appreciate you, brother. Let me put this link in the chat in case somebody want to chop it up with me. Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Yeah, I know Speedy Rashidi. Yeah, but Speedy, look, man, Speedy got the same problem that they got. He does all that pity patting shit. We got to get somebody that can walk somebody down and get somebody up out of there, man. Somebody can thump somebody up, break them down and get them out. That's what I want. That's the type of boxing I like to see. I like to see a boxer that can fight on the outside, but then at spots can stay in and they can start wearing the guy down on the inside. Kind of like what Sebastian Fundora did to Tim Tszyu, man. Just wear the dude down, wearing him down, and then stepping on that gas on him and getting him up out of there, man. Tank vs. Football was fought with one hand by one hand David. Yeah. Jalil is a problem at 147. If Kenny can put 100 into his training. Oh, Jalil Hackett's a good fighter too. Now, Jalil got that style too. Jalil got that style that reminds me of Bernard Hopkins. That's the kind of fighter that we don't have, that Bernard Hopkins type of fighter. Yeah, if Jalil can work it like Bernard Hopkins can work it, yeah, that's what we need, man. But we got a lot of runners, we got a lot of track stars, dog. We got the high school track team out here, man. 500. We got 100-meter runners, 200-meter runners, 800-meter runners, 400-meter runners. These dudes, we got whole events where these runners are running relay races. You know what I'm saying? The Turkey's card in New York City was a relay race. One runner after another runner after another runner. You know? That's all these dudes want to do, man, is they want to run, and then act like they doing something, man. You're not doing shit when you're moving around the ring, and you're not putting no pressure on nobody. You're not putting no hurt on nobody. Don't nobody want to see that shit, Devin. Don't nobody want to see you run around the ring, Devin. We need to see you step into somebody, man. Try to get somebody up out of there. Do some damage to somebody, man. You know, be somebody can fear. Not somebody they're like, oh, shit, he's going to run around all ring. Oh, God. Four corners offense. Devin has been in Devin ran the four corners of the ring, bro. Sonny Boy said, thank you, Truck Simpson, for your performance. And shout out to Truck Simpson. Yeah, Truck Simpson's going to bring it too. B-Hop was very underappreciated and underrated. Absolute dog, feisty, scrappy, super intelligent. Absolutely. Hey, speaking of running and Devin, you see his new training video I sent you on IG? Nah. Where's my phone? Oh, shit. I don't even have my phone on me. Man, I don't even have my phone on me. Let me see. Excuse me. Ooh-wee. What? I haven't even touched it. I'm still on my screen though. All right, sorry, but I couldn't find it, man. I saw it, but I didn't. It didn't say that it was playing anything. If they give Jalil a shot at a title against Barrios or Brian Norman Jr., he beats both of them. He's training for track. I mean, look, dude, Devin Haney sucks as a fighter, bro. I don't want to see him fight anymore. I wish he retired. I mean, I'm just being honest, man. They ball hog so much of the conversation in boxing that they ball hog. He's literally doing hurdles. I hope he busts his neck jumping over them damn things. Why are you doing hurdles, bro? What is Hold on, man. All right. Oh. Yeah, he's trying to cut out. He's not a gifted athlete. He's just not explosive. Yeah, I see that. He's just not. He's just not an explosive athlete, bro. He's just not. Fahim, he did 20 minutes. Boost, hey, seriously, dude. Fanon, did y'all talk about how Turkey and Dana trying to gut the Ali Act? Yeah, I've talked about it. Basically, first of all, man, let me tell you, they're not trying to gut the Ali Act. They're not trying to gut the Ali Act. That's not what it's going to do. What it's going to do is set up a two-tiered system where you can fuck yourself for a little bit of money in the beginning and then sacrifice all your money at the end. That's what that's what it's doing, okay? And I'm telling you, Sean Vitale, bro, your take is off, okay? Let me just put it this way. Your take is off because they're not gutting that. They're not gutting the act. They're trying to create a scenario where they can have a boxing organization, and that boxing organization will have a set fees, right? Set fees. So what are they going to do? They're going to probably pay people more money to go to TKO in the beginning of their careers than they would earn going to PBC. They're going to offer them certain amount of fight dates and all of that stuff, right? And then they're going to do a league. And they want to say, is it okay to do a league? Whoever this person said, they're going to go through it and they're going to say, okay, how does this relate? And how does this relate to the firewall between managers and promoters? Okay. And if just say it clears and they allow that to take place, that's not gutting it. It's not gutting it. It's not gutting it. But it is setting up a scenario where you're going to be able to have fighters get taken advantage of by them choosing to get it taken advantage of. That I'm telling you, because they want to have more than one type of organization, not just sanctioning bodies, but boxing organizations. Mauricio Suleiman was putting Cappinger in his place about that on Twitter. Yeah, trying to replicate the UFC style into boxing. It's fucking terrible. I mean, let me tell you what it's going to do. And this is why I don't like with Sean Vitale. I think Sean Vitale just stick to, I don't want to say stick to talking boxing, but do a little bit better legislative analysis, right? Do a little bit better analysis on it because you're off. It's going to create a situation where boxers, young fighters, are going to go into a league because they're going to get money for fights that they would not be getting otherwise. Probably. I did not miss it, bro. Come on. I didn't miss it, brother. I got to go one at a time, but let me finish my thought. Because if you break me up in the middle of my thought, bro, I completely forget where I am. So no, I didn't forget it. Kamal says, special request exposes the Haneys. I did that yesterday. I talked about that yesterday in a video, and I think I did that in a video yesterday. I got to look back. Thanks, Kamal. Hey, Fanon, did you see De La Hoya said he wished he could sign T.O. if he leaves Top Rank? He would try and sign him because he likes how he fights. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. He's a good fighter. What do you think about next Saturday fight between Xander Zayas and Garcia and about the winner going against Fundora? I don't know who Garcia is. Xander Zayas is fighting for the WBO belt, I believe. And I think Xander Zayas gets his ass whooped by Sebastian Fundora. I think Xander Zayas is going to get his ass whooped by Sebastian Fundora if he fought him. Xander Zayas is a good fighter, but I don't know if he's ready for Sebastian Fundora. That's my take on it. Thank you for going to get more. It's called Hustle and Flow, boy, man. I'm not sure what that is. The dynamic duo of lies, Weeble Wobble and his lackey, was looking mighty stupid with Shane Mosley yesterday. Who are you talking about, bro? Who's Weeble Wobble and his lackey, bro? Oh, was looking mighty stupid with Shane Mosley yesterday. Who is that? Shane Mosley went on the Lion Ass Niggas channel. Hey, what are you talking about, Phoenix? Hey, hit the link, Phoenix. Let me put this link on. If Oscar signs T.O., hey, hit the share. Tell me what happened. You know I don't watch them dudes, man. I can't watch them, man. What's going on? Thomas Hill said, my man Martin B. Well in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. You know I can't listen to him, man. You have to tell me what they said, man. He ruins my day when I hear him. It's too annoying, man. You know? I can't listen. What's up, man? What happened? Tell me what happened.
Yeah, they had Shane Mosley on there talking about Victor Conte. You know how it goes. Man, hey, they really had people in the chat trying to say that Shane Mosley didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Like, y'all seen the video with Shane Mosley in the interrogation room.
What did he say? No, what did Shane say? What did Shane say? Because I'm not watching it.
Basically, the long and short of it is, Victor Conte ain't right, and if he's around anything, then no, you should have some suspicion about it, because Shay was talking about how he didn't even test dirty. He just came out and like told him what he was doing, because Shane never failed a drug test, but he did come out and tell him like, yo, this is what happened with Victor Conte. Like they were just telling me, hey, take this, take that, and not telling me nothing about what it was and everything. But at the time I trusted him, and then it was when the whole Balco thing fell apart. You know, so then, because you know how it is with that side, Devin is always right. They was out there saying Shane don't know what he talking about. They have people in the chat like, yeah, just see, this goes to show, just because you're famous don't mean you know anything. Like,
Hold on,
come on, y'all.
I gotta understand something. So let me get this in a couple questions, because dude, I'm not watching them clowns.
I watched like 45 seconds. Well, not 45 seconds. It was about 5 minutes of it, because I hopped on when I seen it, and Shane was talking, and so yeah.
So the general gist of the panel that was arguing again, they were arguing with him that Victor Conti's a good person. Was that their point?
Pretty much. Shane is like, hey, this dude ain't really what y'all think he is. He's shady, and they was trying to do damage control. Like, man, I just like, come on, y'all, come on. And the fact that,
how can you do damage control with Victor Conti?
hey, you know how they do that. They'll try to make any crazy ass shit make sense.
They just make some shit up, huh?
Yeah, and the fact that they still think that Conte is not involved with Vada, like,
hold on, they don't think Victor's involved, that Conti's involved with Vada.
Nah, they don't think that neither.
How can they not think that Victor is involved with Vada when Victor said he's involved with Vada?
That's the thing. Like, even if you go back, and I sent you the link.
I got
yeah.
He said Victor Conti said that I can beat the test. That's why you need people like me with Vada. He is absolutely with Vada. How is he not with Vada?
That's the crazy thing. Like, you remember like when that whole thing started, like in like 2008, 2009, around there, when the whole thing about Floyd and Pacquiao and Olympic style drug testing came out.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, because I know a lot of people don't. And at that time when VADA started, like, people thought it was weird that Victor Conte was involved. And at that time, there was a few top ranked fighters that people suspected of, using performance enhancing drugs. And so it was crazy at that time. Everybody was like, okay, these top ranked fighters are looking suspicious. How come they're the ones signing up for VADA and Victor Conte is the one who's over there with VADA? Why is it all these guys that wasn't okay with being drug tested before is all of a sudden okay with drug testing when Victor Conte is involved? Why is that? Like, people was asking those questions back in like 2010, 2011, 2012. Like, people was thinking about that. And now they want to like just sweep it under the rug and act like it ain't happened and they can rewrite history. Like, nah, we remember this shit. Like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I had an epiphany. The way the Bill and Devin be moving about PED, man, I think PED stands for physically endangering Devin, because that's what they're really worried about. People who can physically endanger that man. It don't make no sense otherwise why they're talking this much about it. Because looking at the people that Devin done fought recently, he ain't had nobody that he was pushing this adamant about except people that were his age with punching power. You notice that? Just Ryan and Brian Norman. That's it. They're close to Devin's age and they got punching power. And I don't think Devin's...
And then they're going to make sure to bug the shit out of him, make sure he don't put nothing in him, and at the same time, probably at the end of it, plant some shit on his ass to make him pop anyway. I put nothing past these scumbags. I'm telling you, they are the most crooked motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, man. Straight crooked.
Exactly.
Just crooked as hell.
And the other thing is, Devin now coming out and saying Brian Norman's the best in 147. This little nigga right here, man, just last week, He was saying that Brian Norman ain't fought nobody. He can't name nobody on Brian Norman's resume. He's on a different level. Brian Norman is ass. Brian Norman can't compete with him. There's levels to this, and Devin's gonna show he the greatest. Like he was out here saying all this stuff. Now he want to say dude's the best at 147. Like, come on. Come on. Now he asking why Boots couldn't fight him when he's unified in the weight class. Did you not hear what Eddie Hearn and them doctors were saying? The dude can't be shriveling himself up like that no more to be at 147. So why would you think he's going to fight you at 147? You dumb? Like, come on. Come on. How is this making sense? How is this making sense? So now they want to talk about Boots is avoiding Devin. Now they want to say that Brian Norman is all of a sudden the best at 147. Nah, you know why? Because Ryan is at 147 and he whooped your ass. Rolly is at 147 and he whooped Ryan's ass. And there's a whole bunch of other people that whoop your ass, Devin. Man, come on. Man, I hope Brian Norman will smack the shit out of that boy. That would be the best thing ever. It would be the best thing ever.
When is the fight supposed to be?
Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be cutting some turkey and watching Devin get that ass whooped.
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's like November 22nd, so this close to Thanksgiving.
Like Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday. So
yeah. So that's one thing we'll have to be thankful for. Like, shoot, we got to see Devin get smoked on 420, and now we about to be able to celebrate thankfulness for him getting another ass whooping. Like, how is it that he always have these dates work out for him like that? It's interesting to me.
Karma. Anyway, I certainly hope that Brian Norman whoop his ass, though. I can't lie. I'm not even going to be neutral on this. I think that Devin has a good chance to win the fight, only because I say that because I have not seen enough of Brian Norman for me to know what he's going to do against Devin. But man, I'm not lying, bro. These guys are crooked as fuck. Their whole, like, everything that they say is cookie cutter. It's the same thing. They always says, "You're too big. You're too small. Too small." He's not on my. It's a bunch of cookie cutter bullshit answers. Same strategies that they keep trying over and over and over again. And the shit is so transparent that it's just at this point in time, it's just really, really annoying. And I hate that they got this dude that Schofield's daddy acts like he acts. Because, man, I want to support these kids, man, but the dads make it tough sometimes, man. I had a hard time listening to Brian Norman Sr. talk about Boots. Like, you're acting like you know this kid, man. Like, you dogging this kid out like that, man. Why are you dogging this kid out like that? Why? Like, for real, what did Boots do to Brian Norman to deserve for Brian Norman Sr. to be talking that bad about Boots? Am I missing something? Is Boots out there talking shit? Or is Boots just out there? Isn't he just
Brian Norman or Schofield?
No, I'm saying Brian. I want to know what the fuck Boots is saying that got Brian Norman Brian Norman Sr. in such a tizzy about him. Has Boots even said anything to him or said anything about Brian Norman Jr.?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea on that one.
I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard him actually say anything. So I'm like, dude, why you got all this animosity? Why does Brian Norman Sr. have all of this animosity about Boots? And Boots didn't even say anything about his son. You just out here hating on the man just to be hating and dragging his name. That shit didn't make no sense to me, bro. Yeah, they said I don't think Boots talked at all. Boots don't talk. He just duck in silence. Fuck out of here, nigga. You a bum.
How you gonna say Boots duck?
Get the fuck out of here. How do you duck in silence, bro? Fuck you talking about? You niggas all think that talking is fighting. Talking is not fighting. Fighting is fighting. Until the fight takes place, he ain't duck nobody. Until he's gonna have another fight against somebody. That is gonna be at 154 pounds. He's not ducking anybody. You either duck somebody or you don't duck, or you don't. Canelo ducked David Benavidez. That's for real. That's a real duck. He really had an obligation to fight him, and he wouldn't go follow his obligation. That's when you're ducking somebody, not just fucking because Devin decides to say some stupid shit, or because Brian Norman Jr. says, oh, he's not confident enough to stay. Why are you hating on that man like that, Brian? Like, I mean, for real, I was listening to that shit like I could understand Brian Norman Jr. going at Devin Haney, and they both talking shit to each other because they both talking shit to each other. But the shit with Boots is only one direction. You talking shit about him. He ain't even talking about you. But you talking about he's ducking your son in this? Nah, bro, that's some haterade, dog. That's straight hater right there, bro. You can't. You're bigging up your son by hating on this man that ain't even saying anything about your son. What's up? What's up, 2 Cent?
What's going on for now? What's up, Phoenix?
Yo, what up?
My 2 cents about the Boo situation for nine. I seen after that whole Ortiz situation that it was odd, and because that wasn't genuine or natural, and it's an obvious agenda for whatever. And I can't. Okay, let me slow down. I can't understand how Jaron Boots Ennis goes from boogeyman to duck. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and I don't understand why anybody would think that Boots would duck T.O. or Devin. It doesn't make any sense to even think that. It doesn't make any logical sense to even think that, right? And for Devin Haney to come out and be like, yeah, I tried to fight Boots. And like, you know the man, you tried to fight him after his announcement of going to 154 pounds. Like, I don't get why y'all keep letting Devin slide with Boots. I told my son nobody gets credit with me for trying. Because you can't try to do
Hey, can you back up a little bit with what you said? You broke up.
Oh, I was saying they keep wanting to give Devin Haney credit for quote unquote trying to do things. And I'm saying you can't try to do something. You either do it or you don't. Do or don't, but don't try. And they want to give him credit for all these people he tried to make a fight with. And I think that that's strange because they don't give anybody else credit for trying to make a fight.
Not a lick.
They don't give anybody else credit for trying to make a fight. And any common sense would tell you, why would Devin Haney, quote unquote, send Boots an offer after he's announced that he's going to 154 pounds? And then say, he don't want to fight me at 47. He said 142. And then proceed to call him a duck. Like, I don't think these fans are this ignorant and dumb. I think that they want to hate so bad that all logic and common sense goes out the window. Because they're hypocrites. A lot of the stuff that they have an issue with one fighter and not another fighter, it's hypocrisy. And then when you point it out, they don't say nothing. And I don't know if you've seen this for nine, but was it Mike Coppinger? I think it was Mike Coppinger saying that the boys and Usyk is not getting all this money that people are talking about they're getting. They're getting like 7% of that. Because I think they said that Usyk got 132 million. And he was like, they're not who's making this stuff numbers up? He got like 7% of that. He didn't get no 132 million. And when
Who said this? Who said this?
Hold on, let me look. Hold on.
Because that shit is obvious to me. I mean, it's obvious that they're not getting that money to me.
Because
it's obvious that they're not ever going to get 150 million. You just might. What do you think they're going to do? Just burning money? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how much $150 million is in the Ukrainian dollars?
It was Mike Coppinger. He wrote it on X.
They said that they're not getting that money.
He said that they're not getting that. Let me see.
Of course not.
Let me see if I can read exactly what he said.
Of course.
That's funny. That's funny to see Coppinger telling the truth, though.
But this is what's crazy.
But look, Mike Coppinger is not going to outright lie. That's not what Mike Coppinger does. Blue blood outright lies. Mike Coppinger's not going to outright lie. What he's going to do is he's going to spin things in a way that is beneficial to the people he want to be beneficial to. But he's not going to outright lie. That's not his MO.
That's why he got into it with Solomon last night.
About what?
About the whole
people pay for rankings.
He's saying people.
That's when Coppinger wrote that shit when he said that they didn't want to participate in pay for play. What the fuck?
Yep.
That the pay for play.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem? And when I read that legislation, I was like, this sounds like a school project. Like somebody did this for a project, because I think the issue is they're taking casual talking points and then trying to apply them as if they real. Now, I know we say, oh, you pay for rankings and this and that. And if they are paying for rankings, it's some under the table stuff. It's not like in their laws, this is what it's not in that. So you can't really in my opinion, unless you can prove that, you can't really try to use that against the sanctioning bodies. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand that. You're saying that it's a common assumption that that there's pay for play for rankings. Like, for example, what the fucking WBO just did with Terrence Crawford by making him the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. There's a bunch, but to say that somebody paid them the money to do that, no. They're trying to do they have political influence within the sanctioning bodies? Yes, because they generate money for the sanctioning bodies. Yeah, the sanctioning bodies have to charge fighters money. Otherwise, how in the world are they going to stay in business? That's fucking stupid. Of course, people are going to have to pay some type of fee to the sanctioning bodies because they have a job to do. You have to pay them money. What are they supposed to do? Volunteer? That shit's ridiculous. The people in the top in TKO, you have to pay them to pay. You have to pay them too. You got to give them a cut of your purse, or you got to pay them with your ass because you're in there getting a ring, getting beat the fuck up. Like, anyway, man. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a lot for now. It's a lot. Let me see. I'm gonna run through a lot. Okay, so they completely ignored that, right? Nobody said nothing about that. I brought it up. They overlooked it. Nobody wanted to respond and comment. Then you got Shane Mosley on Blue Blood channel exposing Victor Conti and Vada. Now, he wasn't really able to articulate it properly about Vada, so they tried to discredit him and try to make it seem like he don't know what he's talking about. But he literally said on there, Victor Conti was giving him drugs and he never tested positive. He never tested positive. And he's saying, I'm not saying that everybody with snack is, cheating, but some of them are. If you're working quote unquote one-on-one with Victor, you could be cheating. Like, I don't trust Victor. And so when he said that, I know people just overlooked it. Like, y'all keep acting like people is saying these people with Victor is cheating for no reason when Shane Mosley cheated with Victor. This man cheated with Victor.
No, he was forced to cheat by Victor Conti. It's worse. He was forced to cheat. He didn't know he was cheating, but Victor knew he was cheating. Victor gave him something that Victor knew was illegal, but wouldn't get caught. So Shane did not purposely dope. He was dope. He was basically, what do you call it? When they slip you a fucking Mickey. Basically, he got that shit put in him. So
he got roofied.
Yeah, so he got roofied. So he basically is like, oh yeah, look how good I looked in this fight. I was all natural with Victor Conti, but Victor was cheating, but didn't let him know that he was cheating. Man, I'm surprised Shane Mosley didn't fuck. If he had enough money and his wife didn't steal his money, should have sued Victor Conti for putting his life at risk by doing that to him. So why wouldn't Victor be doing the same thing to these guys? I've been saying that the only thing that I can see that Vada does is scheduling. And Victor can beat those tests, not by just some magic formula, but by the fact that he knows when his fighters are going to get tested and when his fighters are not going to get tested. It's obvious that he has that knowledge from Vada, because he knows the amount of nandrolone that was in, or the amount of, what was it? Nandrolone that was in Ryan Garcia's Ostarine. Thank you. The specific amount of Ostarine that was in his blood sample. And it's very obvious that Victor Conti is the fucking poster boy for Vada. He talks about Vada more than Margaret Goodman does. He's much more well-known and connected with Vada than you ask most people who runs Vada. They're going to think Victor Conti. And the only thing that Margaret Goodman is a fucking front for Victor Conti. And he explained it. He said he put Vada together. But but you know what I say? I still maintain this. Unless we're just having this conversation for the fun of having conversations, but to treat Blue Blood like he's a real person, you will continually be frustrated by him and Claymore and the rest of those people because they're not being honest. They don't believe the things coming out of their mouth. They are bought and paid for PR agents for fucking Devin Haney and Snack. And it's very clear. The same people that were railing against Victor Conti years ago now support him. Come on, you guys have been making the same people that were on Victor Conti before are now buddy with him. Come on. Support real channels. Support real boxing fans. Stop paying attention to these fucking clowns. Seriously, they're bots, bro. You're never going to get anything honest out of them. You are not. As long as they're running a fucking commercial. I could tell you what they said and what they're going to say to Shane Mosley. I know what they're going to say because it's obvious. That's the only things they can say. They're going to try to run them down on the details of VADA and no, it's not connected to VADA because it's really WADA and it's all this other talk bullshit. This motherfucker is a widely known steroid cheat. Fucking Victor Conti is the poster boy for cheating with steroids. But yet he's personally training Terrence Crawford. He's fat as fuck. He's not some goddamn strength and conditioning coach. What the fuck is he doing? Nothing but the juice. Nothing but the supplements. That's the only thing he's worth. But you're letting him and supporting him, man. Just like you're going to support anything they do to the Ali Act because you're not real. You're not fucking real, honest people. You're the biggest fucking liars I've ever seen in my life. And I have no idea how the fuck you can even live with yourself lying that goddamn much. Shit. How do you do that shit? How do you sleep? For real. I would be turning over thinking, God damn it, I told 20 lies today. Shit, I got to get up and defend. You niggas do it like it don't matter. Like it's just natural to you. Natural to lie out your ass every day, over and over again, tearing down Tank, but at the same time saying I'm uplifting my brother by tearing him down. Nigga, you're uplifting him by tearing him down. And you better believe this shit is contagious as fuck because Brian Norman Sr. got a case of Bill Haney. He got a rapid case of Bill Haney. When I was listening, I'm telling you, these people's thought processes are like fucking viruses, man. Once you start getting used to lying and you don't care about the truth, you can lie about anything and it keeps going and going and going. And that's all we got now in this boxing YouTube talk is us trying to sort through all your lies. When we can see clearly, Devin Haney would get his ass murdered by fucking Jaron Ennis. Murdered. There's no fucking chance Devin Haney's going 12 rounds with Jaron Ennis. He's going to get the shit beaten out of him. But yet y'all want to act like you really think they're ducking? You really think that pussy is, you really think that little pussy boy who you are fucking jocking up, and you know what I mean when I'm calling him a pussy boy. You really think Jaron Ennis is scared of that guy? You a goddamn lie, bro. You might as well tell me Shaq is worried about playing one-on-one basketball with me. I called out Shaq for a basketball game and he didn't show up. He's ducking me. Man, he ain't even wasting my time thinking about playing basketball with me. He knows damn well Devin Haney don't want to fight him. He'll fucking kill Devin Haney. And you know it. How about you use common fucking sense? He will kill Devin Haney. There's no fucking way Devin Haney's going to win that fight. No fucking way. It's not going 8 rounds. It's going to be a fucking slaughter. But yet you somehow are going to lay up some contraption where you sent a contract to him after he left the weight class. You guys are pussies. That's what you are. You behave like pussies. I mean, I'm telling you, straight nigga shit, you behave like pussies. You them niggas that talk all that shit in the fucking classroom, got your mama picking you up at the front door and taking you right home, or you walk home with your big brother or something. You guys are pussies, man. I can't believe you guys are setting up Jaron on some bum-ass nigga like Devin Haney. Devin Haney got slapped around by fucking Ryan Garcia. And what the fuck you think Jaron's going to do to that guy? But, oh, they're ducking. You liars. You say the same lie over and over so you get the same paycheck over and over and over. And I'm serious, man. Support 2 Cents channel. So I don't even like to do this shit no more because I hold myself responsible for even letting that fuck nigga come around me for you to know who he was. Bunch of fucking bots. Anyway, go ahead, man. Sorry about that, 2 Cent.
No, because it's like, and the truth gets ignored and gets discredited. And my issue is that every time you mention something, people act like it's just impossible to happen and you dumb, and it's a lot of pretentious behavior going on around this internet. And I don't think that people know enough about boxing corruption. And I don't think people know enough about boxing history. Now, I'm not a boxing historian or nothing like that, but I've done a lot of studying on boxing corruption because that's what I was going to base my channel off of when I first started. But I decided not to because this shit's so corrupt, y'all wouldn't even watch it if I did that. I swear. I said, there's no way I could talk about corruption like this. They wouldn't even want to fuck with boxing no more if I did. Because you know what I'm saying? I know how I felt about it. But
yes, how I feel about it. That's how I feel. Is this all part of the shit I just thought? It's all corruption. It's exactly what this is. They're using real boxers' money for this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a marketing budget that they're putting on, that they're spreading out with these lies, man. This is all kind of criminal bullshit. I'm talking about what they're doing on YouTube. The fact that they got these people faking as if they're actual, real, independent people, but yet they're not. Dog, that shit is like fucking false advertisement like a champ. You're not talking to normal people. You're not having conversations with real boxing fans. You're not. They just spend money with content creators that are looking to get paid with any content they could possibly make. If they could get a paycheck having a flower channel, they'd be doing a flower channel. If they got hired for the job. It's just like boxing writers. Almost no boxing writer really wants to write about boxing. They all really want to be writing about basketball and football. That's what they want to do because that's where the money is. But they can't, so they get assigned to boxing. And since they are all basically the dregs of the sports writing, period, it's like boxing's like the lowest hanging fruit that there is to talk about in sports. These people now inundated with a bunch of bots to lead the discussion this way and lead the discussion this way. And they're definitely framing people for ducks. They're trying to ruin people's reputations. They're absolutely doing that shit. That is, to me, that is corruption because you're not allowing anybody to really make an honest decision about what they think about a person because you guys spend so much time lying. Jesus Christ, you guys lie like fucking rugs. Breaking news, Devin versus Noah Elias in the 200-meter showdown. Devin, hey man, he can't run. I'm telling you right now, Devin Haney's not a good athlete. I can see how he was doing those drills. He doesn't have any explosive. That's why he can't punch, because he's not explosive. That drill he was doing, I hope he was real tired when he was doing it, because other than that, that dude is slow and not very well coordinated. That's my take on it from somebody that ran track. He's not explosive at all. Jeep Red Boy in the building 2 times. And my guy, Phenomenal Show, said, how many times does Victor have to admit out of his mouth to all of these things? How can people keep gaslighting us about things Victor says? How many coincidences until it ain't a coincidence? There ain't no such thing as coincidence. I just want you guys to know, and I really do, because I made the mistake. These people, they're really good, true boxing channels that really want to talk about boxing. Some of the people that they're just not real, bro. They're just not real people, man. Anyway, what's your thoughts on that? I'm sorry, I fucked up and I just jumped in the middle of the conversation so hard.
No, that's good. That's good. That's why I'm up here for this dialogue, because I think it needs to be had. Because listen, in my show, 2 Cents Boxing, everybody's entitled to their own opinion over there. That's cool. You can have whatever opinion you want. You can run if you want a YouTube tabloid channel, you can have a YouTube boxing tabloid channel. A lot of people don't realize that some of these is just tabloid channels. Like, they just, you know what I'm saying? They just talking or whatever. But my issue comes in when they start attacking people and trying to say, you not this because you don't think this way, or because you don't talk about this, you not this. Like let everybody have their own opinions. Like, stop trying to make people feel a certain way because they don't think how you think. But let's also not ignore facts when we hear facts. Victor Conti said out of his own mouth, he put Vada together, him, Dick Pound, and whoever else he was working with. So I don't understand the fact that it's so much confusion on if Victor Conti is connected to Vada is a problem. Why is there so much confusion about that? It shouldn't be no confusion about that. The man literally said out of his own mouth, he put Vada together. He said out of his own mouth, he can beat drug tests. He said out of his own mouth, he can make drugs that can pass the test. What else do y'all need to hear? So I don't care who it is. If you're working with Victor Conti, you're suspicious. I don't care. Like, stop trying to be like, y'all don't never say nothing about this fighter. Y'all don't never say nothing about this fight. Like, so we're going to talk about whatever fighters we want to talk about that's connected with Snack. And let's not forget that the Netflix documentary is what blew this wide open. People was talking about Snack before the Earl Spence-Terrence Crawford fight. But once that Netflix documentary came out and you had Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford smiling and cheesing with Victor Conti, what did y'all think was going to happen? I don't understand. Like, they want to blame content creators for so much stuff, but they never say nothing about the Netflix documentary, which is what blew this all open. And then you got Victor Conti running around always running his mouth because he wants y'all to know he cheating in front of y'all face. Victor Conti is the type of personality, if he was a serial killer, he would call the police and leave clues because he thinks he's that smart and can get away with it. And let's just be honest about it. Like, Victor Conti is a cheater. He should not be in the sport of boxing. I don't care. No other sport lets him be involved. Why is boxing? And why are people sitting on this internet? And I hate to play the race card, but why are black men sitting on this internet defending a white man that has been convicted of cheating? I don't understand that. If he was black,
Because that little nigga is
y'all
cheating.
wouldn't be doing. I
Because
promise
that little
you,
nigga is cheating.
y'all wouldn't be doing this.
They doing it because they fighter is cheating. That's why. Let me put it this way. The only logical conclusion is that Devin's cheating and Terrence Crawford's cheating. That's the only logical conclusion. Why people that are supporting Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford and Victor Conti would believe that Victor Conti would not believe their ears when Victor Conti tells them exactly what Victor Conti's doing. Because their fighter's cheating. That's why. Because if you call him a cheater, that means he's working with him, which makes him somebody that's working with a cheater, and they can do no wrong. And that's the first option. Remember, the first answer is Devin can do no wrong. First one. So therefore, if Devin is apparently doing wrong, then something's wrong with that situation. That situation can't possibly be wrong. So because they're public relations people. That's their job. To bring the point back around to what you want to talk about, to bring a point, bring around, and they don't care if their idea is stupid because as long as they get 15, 20 people that listen to them, that's 15 or 20 more confused people that are going to go out there and repeat that shit. They just want the shit to be out there to be said so that people can hear it and people can repeat it because they have attached some purity to Devin Haney's name that they don't want removed from their psyche. Devin is a fucking cheater. Okay, that's what it looks like. To me, that's what it looks like. Because he gains 20 pounds in between the day of the fight, the weigh-in, and the day of the fight. That seems to me like you doing something to cheat. Why? Whatever you did to get 20 pounds off of you, 25 pounds off of you, and put it right back on. Okay, that to me looks like you're cheating. Why? Because you're 150 pounds fighting at 135 pounds. Looking down at people talking about you're too small. If you're a lightweight and you tell the person that you're fighting that they're too small, there's a fucking problem because you're supposed to be the same size. You're in the same weight class. I can understand a heavyweight saying you're too small, but not a middleweight fighting another middleweight. How can you be too small? You're both the same size, right? No, Devin knows he's much bigger because he has Victor Conti helping him drain that weight off. And we know that Victor Conti knows how to do that illegally. Victor Conti said, yes, I can do this. If you're with me, I can absolutely beat those tests. Yeah, so then why would we think that he wouldn't beat those tests if he could do it? And Vada He works with Vada, so what's Vada gonna call him out? He's literally de facto running Vada, right? He's Vada's biggest spokesman. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna say something about him? No. Come on, man. The whole situation looks corrupt. But they're not gonna do anything about it because they're getting big money. But I'm sorry, Bud has a turtle back. Okay? You can look at people having back me, but you can also look at a 35-year-old man, a 38-year-old man that magically grew a turtle back. When the fuck were you when the fuck was he a lineman in the NBA, in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? The nigga got a back of an NFL lineman after he turned 30. But no, close your eyes. I don't see that. Bud's gloves blow up while he's beating somebody up, and they let him continue to fight with his glove pouring out, with shit just pouring out of his fucking glove. But hey, oops, I don't see that. I don't see that. Turkey Al-Sheikh throws up 2. You're down 2 rounds. You're down 2 rounds. Tell Hamad Shiraz he's down 2 rounds. And now you got Hamad Shiraz out there about to get headlining a card. Hamad Shiraz headlines a card in New York over Shakur Stevenson. And now he gets the winner of Terrence Crawford and Canelo. And you're telling me these people have legitimate ranking systems? This shit is corrupt as the fuck, but they're getting paid, so they're okay with it. I'm telling you, I can give you some coincidences that you would never believe. Do you remember, did you see how and watch this shit. Did you notice how when Trill Boxing Talk was on, Trill Boxing Talk used to have like 900, roughly 800, 900 people in there at all times?
Yep.
How many views does the Boxing Voice get now?
I don't watch the Boxing Voice.
Well, let me tell you, they do the exact same number with the exact same people. Bill Haney over there on the Boxing Voice, and the Boxing Voice does the exact same numbers that Trill Boxing Talk used to do. The exact fucking numbers. Okay? The exact numbers. Exact numbers. Because I pay attention to the numbers for Trill Boxing Talk, because that's the LDBC. They had 900 people in there consistently at that time slot. Boom. All of a sudden, he shifts off. All those views go to who? Boom. The next people that are getting paid. Okay? This next people. This shit is a big fucking con job. I'm telling you. It's a con job these guys are running on the psyche of American boxing fans. They make believe that these channels are big, like they did with your boy Bug Eyes, who had, let me repeat, he had 6,000 concurrent viewers on his live stream at 11:30 a.m. for a Jai Opatai fight. Just like Devin Haney put a picture of him in tank up, and magically within 10 minutes, it had 83,000 likes.
Oh, yeah, I screenshotted that. I got that in my archives.
Yeah. I've been keeping track of this shit the entire time. I know those views are not real. I know those are botted views. Those are botted views by promotional companies that want to make it look like their fighter is the hot topic. So when they see it, when a promoter is looking and saying, oh, look at all these people that are talking about Devin. Oh, let me give Devin some money because that's his perceived value. So what they're doing is through these boxing media channels, they are artificially inflating the value of a fighter through a bunch of echo chamber conversations that essentially they're having with themselves, tricking advertisers into believing that this is real organic conversation when there's nothing organic about it at all. It's manufactured. And in fact, I think you're walking very careful on fraud. Honestly, I think if I'm an advertiser, I'm looking at you guys for fraud. If I'm running ads on your channel and you are buying the views that those ads run on, nobody's going to buy any product off those ads. That is defrauding the advertiser of his true media worth. Because he's not getting your bots in the Philippines or your bots in Thailand aren't going to help you. I'm telling you, I've been looking at these guys' channels for a long time. I pay attention. They be having people you ain't never heard of, never seen before. Man, let me tell you, a couple years ago, one of your favorite YouTubers that has these live streams, He had 400 people in the live stream. Guess what he was doing for 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time? He would just sit there like this. Seriously, he would just sit there like this. Eat his lunch, smack his lips. Wasn't even talking to the crowd. Then you look at the conversation going on, and it's this crazy conversation going on where people are just talking to each other, but he's not saying a word back. That's a scam. That's a scam. You're not going to have 400 people sit there and look at you eat your fucking lunch for 45 minutes. You know that he felt no need whatsoever to even engage. Okay? These people have fake engagement. Fake engagement. It's fake to a large degree. But then there are real fans that have to listen to this shit. And they're like, okay, well, hey, guess what lie got told yesterday? Devin got ducked by Jaron. Let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys not think that Devin was going to eventually accuse Jaron of ducking him? It was a matter of time before he accused him of ducking him. It's a matter of time before Devin Haney accuses Sebastian Fundora of ducking him.
Hey, if I see that, man.
But let me ask you this one, what do you think about, because, and I'm gonna let you go, think this is my last thing I'm gonna say right now. I feel like, first of all, let me preface this by saying this. All this drama between Brian and Bill, me personally, I think they're a team. And I think they've teamed up and they're doing it on purpose. I think maybe one of them will go off script and it'll be up from there and things will kind of go off the rails. But because all this stuff they talk about drug testing and if he gonna drop out the fight, I just think it's manufactured, in my opinion, because it's either that or Bill is really dumb enough to make it so obvious that he's trying to get out of a fight. But I wanted to say, with that being said, let's talk about it like it's real. Why are people okay with Bill Haney? And I want y'all thoughts on this, Phoenix and Fanon. Why are people okay? Because I said when Devin signed up for that 365 testing, he's going to use that to duck fights and try to make other fighters do things that they probably don't want to do. So why is it okay for Bill Haney to weaponize drug testing and his fan base against other fighters? Because if you come out and you say, oh, I already agreed to 16 weeks, but I don't want to do additional 2 weeks. Here come your fan base accusing me of drug cheat and all like, and I'm saying, like, why do people think that's okay? Because is Devin Haney a villain or is he a victim? Because y'all they want to play the villain role, but when the energy gets returned, all of a sudden they want to revert back to a victim. And I don't think that that's cool. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
He definitely a victim of his own stupidity. I say that. And he a victim of his own false hype. Like, here's the thing. I've been saying it. Not even that they was going to use that to try to get out of fights. I've been saying that their whole new marketing strategy is going to revolve around Devin being some type of clean fighter, and that you have to be dirty in order to beat him. That nobody can beat him on an even playing field, which we all know is bullshit. Like, look at this. Like, look at what Devin said during the first press conference.
Hey, Big Dog Willie said, Fanon, you ducked Devin yesterday. Did you know that? Nah, man, I didn't know I ducked Devin. Hey, trust me, they duck it. Hey, dog, they ducking all right. I got him. I'll make them duck if you want me to make them duck, bro, but it ain't going to be from no punch. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I would say, like, man, you look at Devin, right, with this whole PED thing. Like, we already know that he can get his ass whooped. And we already know that he's not athletic. And I've been saying it, like, everything that he does, the same. All his feints are the same. He throws any punch he throws from a feint, it's the exact same punch. He doesn't have originality to it. Cookie cutter. And the thing with Devin is this, to say that just at the first press conference that it doesn't matter how big you are, how strong you are, muscles ain't going to win fights. He good enough to do it. But at the same time, I'm going to be telling people, oh, you too small. Huh? Ain't you just saying that don't win fights and now you're going to tell people they too small? Like, what's up? You know, like, this dude, like, I've been saying that the more that they talk, the more their web of lies is going to unravel. And, you know, they say heavy is the head that wears the crown, but So heavy is the head that wears the crown full of lies, because that shit hard to keep track of. You got to have a good memory when you lie that damn much. When you tell the truth, you don't need to remember nothing. And the problem with Devin is like all his lies is catching up to him. And because of the way that they've tricked people for so long, or at least tried to trick people into thinking he's Floyd Mayweather, that's why they're able to get away with this shit. Because people, for whatever reason, believe that Devin is that. And with them believing that Devin is that, they think that, yeah, what they're saying is true. It does take PEDs to beat Devin, even though, like look at Ryan Garcia. We're like, yeah, Ryan Garcia proves it. PEDs beat Devin. That's what it was. But nobody want to say, yeah, maybe Devin's just ass. Maybe he's just not good enough. And that's the way I look at it. Because, even if you want to look at MMA and how they got drug testing and shit and all the stuff they got with PEDs, fighters on PEDs beating each other and losing, right? Look at Kell Brook. Amir Khan tested positive for the exact same amount of Ostarine that Ryan Garcia did for the Devin Haney fight. But what happened? Kell Brook stopped him in 6 rounds. Now, if Ostarine is this Superman drug that people is talking about, Amir Khan should have lasted. Otherwise, Kell Brook need to be filing a lawsuit for pain and suffering and damage he incurred fighting Amir Khan. He had to move his legs faster to catch him. He had to punch harder to hurt him. You know, he got bruises on his knuckles because of that. That's what he need to do. That's what he need to do. Is like, man, I would have knocked him out in 3, but it took 6 because he had that Ostarine. You know, he got to go ahead and get his just due for that. Yep, that's the way you got to go. But see, that's how crazy they are about this. They think people is just going to ignore all that, and for the most part, you know, these 200 fans are.
Hold on one second. Let me get this huge super chat from Jameson Childress. If $50 holler, brother, thank you so much. Said if a convicted pedo opened a daycare, we'd flag that immediately and boycott it. For some reason, people want to give a convicted drug peddler the benefit of the doubt in boxing. Get Conti and his wannabe super soldiers the fuck out of here.
Agree with that.
I agree.
That's a lot, guy. I'm gonna hop off because I'm running into a meeting. I'm still listening though. That was my answer to 2 cents question.
Yeah, I'm about to hop off and on. I'm about to go in this gym, but I'm still listening.
All right, now get back. Yeah. So, hey, man, that was a great conversation, man. Man, I ain't trying to read what you're talking about. Man, it must suck being a Tank and Arrow fan. No, it's a wonderful experience. It's an absolute wonderful experience, man. I know that you, however, are going to get blocked. So see you later, man. Please don't waste my time with dumbass statements, man. It's wonderful being a PBC fan. You know why? An Arrow fan is wonderful to be an Arrow fan because Arrow's a good dude. I don't have to worry about Errol Spence. I don't have to worry about Errol Spence Jr., you know, behaving like Devin Haney does. I also don't have to worry about being annoyed by Gervonta Davis every day because Gervonta Davis is talking a lot of shit he can't back up. You know what I mean? So, like, as far as Errol goes, Errol backs up the shit he talks. He lost. He took it like a man, but what a great career. Always gave me exciting fights. Gervonta Davis always gives me exciting fights. It must be very annoying to be a Devin Haney fan because Devin Haney puts you to sleep and you know it. And you know he ran like a bitch in the last fight. And by the way, we know you're paid bots. So even the fact that niggas know you're paid off and really you're just a sellout, all that shit you guys talk about supporting black folk and you're nothing but a sellout. You're nothing but a corporate sellout. All that shit we used to talk about being there for supporting the black fighters and all you niggas are is a bunch of sellouts. You sold out to an Arab dude. You sold out. Dante's Boxing Nation, you sold out. You guys all sold out. You guys won't criticize them. Got nothing to say. All that shit, you guys sold out. So you guys were in the business doing a wonderful job for years and years and years. And then somebody started waving money in your face and you sold out. You cashed out. Some of y'all came in here looking to sell out. Your whole idea was to get enough presence and get well enough known so you can sell out. That's what Claymore Rain did. Nobody knows who the fuck Claymore Rain is now. But Claymore Rain One had to jump on my channel. Yeah, let me drive this fake truck around here for a while. Now you do it all just so you can sell out. He was auditioning to be a sellout on my channel. And I didn't even know it. Well, I did know it. I listen and let you guys audition to be sellouts here, bro, because I got a real fan base here, dog. I don't have none of these views are bought, bro. None of these views are bought. Let's see your favorite people go without buying no views. Paid puppets with something in hand. What's up, Anton? What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Fana? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, bro.
Hey, man, there's so much going on in boxing right now. But I just wanted to touch on the fact, like, first I'm gonna start with the Devin Haney, Brian Norman saga that still continues.
Yes, sir.
When Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr. had that phone conversation, I think a lot of people missed that. KO been put out the Tay Jones phone conversation where Bill Haney was literally trying to get out of the fight. They did not want to fight. It was clear as day. If you didn't hear the phone call, KO got it somewhere on his page. I think it was on the live. They clearly did not want to fight. That's why we had that energy when they was on Coach Malachi's page and the back and forth, the insults about the mom and the this and all of that happened because Bill got exposed. Because they know they didn't want to fight. The whole hit list thing is a part of their whole agenda that they've been doing for years about basically the same way that they use the Tank name. They use the Gary Russell name to build and prop themselves up. That's all it was, to put out a hit list, to make it seem like you some type of killer and all of this. That's why that's why Bill started calling them Debo, Devin Haney, and all of this other fake crap. Because that's just they moves, man. You can't sit here and tell me from 135 to 140 to now possibly fighting at 147, if the fight go through, that Devin has been fighting top competition. It's not, if you go and look at it, I give him credit for Lomachenko, right?
He lost that fight.
I know he lost the fight, but it was a hell of a fight. I give him credit for even taking that fight. But all of them other dudes, man, Ryan exposed you. No Osterring, just like what's his name said. The Osterring wasn't the factor in the holes that you had in your boxing game. That you talked all leading up to the fight in training camp about Ryan's left hand, and you got hit with it repeatedly. What did you work on in training camp? It obviously wasn't blocking the left hook. Cool. Even like talking about Devin because they clowns and they followers are clowns. I want to switch to Gervonta Tank Davis.
Yes, sir.
Now all of a sudden, Shakur Stevenson, he beats Williams Zepeda. That just makes him ranked #1 in the lightweight division.
Who was that? ESPN or Ring did it? ESPN or Ring did it?
Ring did it, and these dumbass channels is championing it on. And I'm asking these dudes, what is your criteria to put him #1 at 135? If y'all criticize his Yoshino performance, his Hartunian performance, and his Santos performance, and then he fought Josh Padley, y'all had something to say about all of those performances. That Shakur had to show y'all something. He beat Williams Zepeda. That automatically put him over Tank Davis, who has a wide range body of work at 135. Keyshawn's resume at 135 is better than the fighters that Shakur fought. So how do we just now put him at #1 in the lightweight division?
Oh, you don't, is the answer to that. You don't. Gervonta Davis is the #1 lightweight in every way, shape, form, or fashion. He's the longest reigning champion. He's the longest reigning champion in the division. The longest reigning champion. He's also the biggest attraction. And he's also had the most actual championship fights. And one of the guys that he beat for a belt is now a welterweight champion in Rolly Romero. So no, there's absolutely no way that you would put Shakur Stevenson as the #1 lightweight. He doesn't deserve that, but you should expect it because he's from the PBC. So Gervonta's not going to get it because he's from the PBC. It's period. It's just like Deontay was a piece of shit heavyweight because he was with the PBC. If he would have been with Matchroom, then he would have been the greatest. Oh, he's incredible. But because he's with the PBC, They don't give him credit. They've never given people. Matter of fact, there was times when they'd had Floyd Mayweather Jr. as the number 2 pound for pound guy underneath Manny Pacquiao, which was always an insult. But without a doubt, Gervonta Davis is the top fighter. But yeah, like Andy Gill says, Gervonta Davis is the top fighter from 130 to 140. He's the top dog in those divisions, period. Everybody wants to fight him. His fights do the best. He's way more exciting than Shakur Stevenson is. So even from the entertainment level of the fights that Gervonta has, they're far more entertaining. He shows just as much skills, and he actually shows something that Shakur doesn't have, which is power. He doesn't have the ability to stop anybody at a championship level. Gervonta Davis stops people at a championship level. Shakur goes the distance with them at the championship level. Devin goes the distance with them and puts on boxing exhibitions. Gervonta will walk you down. He'll beat you on the back foot. He's won championships. He's won championships even when he was injured and only had one hand, and he still outboxed somebody that moved up like Pitbull Cruz. And you see what Pitbull Cruz can do in the ring, but they didn't give him any credit for Pitbull Cruz when he fought Pitbull Cruz on very, very short notice, right? So yeah, man, it's about the PBC. It's about the fact that he's with the PBC.
And we have to factor in this. I know you said when you do your pound for pound, you don't put heavyweights in there, and I get your theory on that. But my thing is, let's look at this. If Shakur just was made number 10 on the pound for pound list, mind you, they don't have Gervonta Davis on the pound for pound list. Some of those people, he's on my pound for pound list, and probably a lot of other people's. He should be. Just think, Tank and Shakur both started at what? 126. Tank was a champion, 126, 130, 135, right? Boom. They both 3 division champs. Well, Tank is a 4 division champ. So how is he on the pound for pound list when Tank was at 135?
Tank's a 3 division champ. Tank didn't have a belt at 126.
Yeah, okay, right. So he 30, 35, and 140. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Tank, while he was at 35, went up to 140 and beat a champion at 140, who is now a champion still since he had a draw that's at 147.
Yeah.
So if that's not pound for pound, then what is?
It's called he's Gervonta Davis. He don't get credit. And he got a draw. And he got and I'm sure there are excuses that he got a draw. But they don't hold against Shakur Stevenson that he ran around with his chicken head with a head cut off against Edwin De Los Santos. Okay, right. So he wasn't about to stand there with Edwin De Los Santos, but it's very obvious that Gervonta Davis is the number 1 at lightweight. It's just obvious he is. But Ring Magazine is owned by Turki Al-Sheikh, so he's not going to give it to him. ESPN does not. That's a matter of fact, the Boxing Writers Association of America. They're not going to rank him that high just so they can kiss Turkey's ass and get a job over there at Ring. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys are professional ass kissers, number 1, and they just got their they got their eyes on the booty cheek of Turkey. That's what it looks like to me. And before that, it was Bob Arum, but now Bob Arum is falling off. Turki Al-Sheikh is replacing Bob Arum. I mean, it's the same recycled shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the problem with it, because when you look at certain situations where this was on a platform yesterday or 2 days ago, and these dudes really was arguing Keyshawn Tank at 135, basically trying to tell me that Dennis Berinicek is a better fighter than Frank Martin just because he was champion. Just because you're a champion and have a belt, that does not make you a better fighter. That means that you had an opportunity. In some cases it does mean that you're a better fighter. But in a case like, there's no way you're telling me that you would have Dennis Berinicek and Frank Martin in a fight, and you would take your money and put your money on Dennis
Nobody's taking that money. Dude, Frank Martin beat Michelle Rivera. He beat Michelle Rivera.
And he was on steroids. He tested positive for PEDs. And Frank Martin still beat him.
You know, it's the PBC. They're never going to credit the PBC. It's that simple. Because the PBC is not paying these dudes. They're not. And Ken Bouchard, I think that's the guy's name, Bouchier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good dude, man. But just a common sense, straightforward journalist isn't doing all that extra crap, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, man. It's just sad. And to hear with Turkey that never threw a punch, that never been in the ring, to hear how he would trash and talk about a Tim Zoo like that, that's just crazy, man. And to see all of these dudes, man, just selling out for some money and some clicks and some views, man, it's sad, man. I wish we could go back to the old boxing, man, without when all of this talking wasn't, well, at least the good guys that do talk and who are fair, you know, in boxing on YouTube content. You know, hopefully you guys would be around, but like them pro channels, man, who say it's a big channel who literally said, yes, I'm biased. I'm biased to Devin Haney. That's my favorite fighter. I don't care what you say. That's just crazy. When it's thousands of boxers, it's thousands of fighters. I don't like UK boxers a lot. I feel as though American boxers are better and are way more skilled. The way that they support their fighters, man, I give credit to that. They don't care who it is. Look at Yardy about to fight a David Benavidez. He got so much support from them just because he's from over there. We don't do that here in America. We got one of the biggest stars in boxing, the biggest star definitely in American boxing, and all they do is hate on him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They are not Tank's fans. They are fucking frauds. Once again, that is not you. You are treating these people as if they were real human beings that are being logically driven by logic within the sport of boxing. They are not. They are being told what to say. They are being told what to say. They're being told what arguments to make, and you have to go lock, stock, and barrel with them on the arguments and that they have, because that's what they are. They are PR people. That's what they are. They're there to talk about him and say good things about him and keep saying good things about him. And they are attack dogs for any issue that they want, that Bill Haney wants attacked, so that he creates that echo chamber. That's what they're doing. And I've been saying that's what they're doing. I don't take anything that they say seriously because I know what they're going to say before they say it. It's going to end with their knob, with their hands on the knob of either Bill or Devin, for sure, any and every time. So, I mean, it's tough for me to even respond to this stuff anymore because I don't take them, because they're not being honest. They don't believe the thing. They know Victor Conte is highly likely that Victor Conte would be cheating. Tyson, if you switch Devin and Gervonta out, are you trying to tell me that they would be okay with Gervonta Davis and Errol Spence working with Victor Conte?
No.
Are you fucking serious? You got, and then growing fucking turtlebacks and shit and
Right.
dropping 25s. There's no way. But look, they are trying to outweigh logic by the sheer dumb weight of their opinions. They just keep making the shit up, making the shit up, making the shit up, making the shit up. Somebody talking about somebody was on Claymore's channel. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? That dude is a fucking fraud. He's just a fucking fraud, yes, man. But if you guys like watching infomercials, continue to watch the infomercial. That's what it is. They got boxing infomercial channels, dog. That's what it is. And I can't take them serious. I'm not even mad at them anymore. Like I used to take it personally, but then I'm like, oh, you niggas just was never real at all. And you're just not true. You're just dishonest people. Because it's unreal for how they treat Gervonta. It's unreal the benefit that they give to Terrence Crawford of all people. Wow. Okay.
It do be blowing my mind that Tank is so talented, and I just hear so many people just saying, "Oh, Tank fans this, Tank fans that," and I'll be like, "How are you not a fan? How are you not? If you have a problem with what that man does outside the ring, that's your business. Because I don't get in the grown men business. I don't get in the grown women business. I mind mine. Stuff that happens outside of the ring, cool. If y'all want to cover it, y'all cover it. But when that man is in the ring, how could you not be a fan?
I have no idea. He's a fucking tremendous fighter. I feel the same way about Gary Russell Jr. And they
Absolutely.
did Gary Russell Jr. Like, you look at Gary Russell Jr. fight and look at Devin Haney fight, and you're telling me that's the same level of fighter?
No.
Hell no. Gary Russell Jr. is a much better fighter than Devin Haney is. Devin Haney will never in his career ever be as skilled as Gary Russell Jr. is. No chance. And he ain't as skilled for his size. He don't carry anywhere near the power. He's not an honest camper. And let's see him train his brother to a world champion. I mean, like Gary Russell Jr. is a Hall of Fame. This dude is, if Gary Russell Jr. was with Top Rank and let Bob Arum push all his buttons during his career, that dude would have been in the Hall of Fame, just like Bob Arum got Tim Bradley put in the Hall of Fame. But you can't tell me Tim Bradley's a better fighter than Gary Russell Jr. is.
No way.
Yeah, but these guys are always talking about skills. But then you see them tear down Gary and never give Gervonta credit for his skills and what he does. It's fucking ridiculous. Lamont Roach was a world champion. I mean, Shakur is my guy, but dog, you not telling the truth, Shakur. You not telling the truth. You did not say that you knew that Lamont Roach was going to beat Gervonta Davis, man. No, you said you thought it'd be a good fight. Yeah, it could be a good fight. He's got a chance, but nah, it wasn't like you just had you just knew that was going to take place, bro, because you didn't say that Lamont Roach was that level of fighter. And because otherwise Gervonta sucks, right? No, nobody ever gave Lamont Roach credit for being that level of fighter other than the people that said, yeah, I want to see Gervonta fight him. Because Gervonta's always fighting somebody that's a good fighter. Lamont Roach was a good fighter. Frank Martin is a good fighter. Pitbull's a good fighter. Shit, your boy is dangerous as shit, Rolly, obviously, because what he did up at welterweight.
Right. And just look at the difference between...
Hold on, watch this shit. You don't know what Shakur would do. You don't know that Shakur wouldn't put a rehydration clause on somebody if he moved up in weight to fight at 140. You don't know what Shakur would do. Shakur ain't got the ability to do it. You mean you don't know which as cap as Shakur be? You trying to tell me you don't think he would take a weight rehab? Get out of here.
He just lied again. He just lied again, saying that he was. Remember, he was on Ariel Helwani's show like literally a couple days after the Zepeda fight, basically saying he'll make the fight with Conor Benn. We all knew that was cap, and now you saying you injured, you're not fighting for the rest of 2025. So why would you even get on the internet and do that interview and sit up there and lie? You knew you was injured. You knew you was injured on the interview.
Got him.
Like what did we? That's my thing, man. Like if you want to be fair, I look at it like this, man. If you hold all of these fighters to the same standards, then it'll be a better platform. The views that y'all gotta pay for and the clicks and all of that bull crap, y'all wouldn't even have to do that. Because the real people that's on YouTube that really watch boxing, that's not casuals, will tune into your channel. The real always win. I don't care about the fake. The real always prevail. The real always win. So if you're putting up real content and treating these fighters equally, judging them equally, you're going to get the views and the clicks and you can keep your little money in your pocket that you got to pay for it. Because the real fans is going to show up. That's all it's about. They just, I don't know, man. It's just it get tiring. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because sometimes I just see certain videos and comments, and so Brian Norman Sr. was on Mill City. He said that when Bill Haney put out a tweet about Brian Norman and Vada, Bill was literally calling around to his paid channels, telling them to post it about Brian Norman not signing up for Vada when Bill wanted him to sign up for it. He was literally telling them, yo, this channel, post this, post that, post this. That's crazy. And y'all just doing it. That's crazy,
Told you.
man.
Told you.
Crazy.
Man, hey, welcome to my word. Welcome to my world. Having to deal with a bunch of lying-ass scumbags, bro, that will send all kind of bots to your channel, give you all kind of headaches. They'll try to take, man, Bill ain't above trying to take shit off the boxing. Other people got to deal with real stupidity from Bill, man. He think he's some junior mafia member or some shit. Man, for real, I don't fuck with that dude at all, man. I don't fuck with him at all, man. But look, I'm about to roll out of here in a second, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, great dialogue, man, as always. Man, enjoy the rest of your day, and man, stay real. I just want to say that. Stay real, man.
Man, I
Plain and
can't
simple.
help it,
Stay
man.
real.
I can't sleep with that shit.
Exactly.
I can't sleep with that on my mind, man.
At least I know you got a contact.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
real, man. Have a good day, man.
All right, brother. You as well, man. Yeah, dog. Seriously, man. The bots, all that shit, the bot conversations, the fake friends on you, the fake YouTube friends. Bro, I'm not ever letting anybody do that crap to me again, man. Hey, Troy, it's a great episode this morning. Wishing you a great Thursday, fam. Thank you, bro. Oh, and much love in the Cash App. I got a Cash App. My guy, hey, thank you, Akilo Netter, with the $5 holler in the Cash App, brother. Thank you so much, man. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Is that it? And Tori Smith, man, thank you, bro. Said for the show, big bro. Thank you, Tori Smith. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that. I'm about to bounce up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.